Hello! In this video you will learn how to create an IBCS template with graphomate charts in Power BI. Let's talk about the prerequisites. You need Power BI desktop or service. As well, the graphomate charts visual imported to a report. The data should be in your report too, and you need the graphomate server. In this example, we're going to create IBCS template CO4. Let's go over to a new page of the report. Select the graphomate visual in the visualization pane and resize the visual according to your needs. Connect the data to the visual via click on the measures and dimensions, or just drag the data into the corresponding field for category and measures. We add the dimension subcategory as category input and we use the sales data as measures. After connecting the data to the chart, we have to adjust the settings. First of all, we're going to turn off the standard title from Power BI. Afterwards, we open the so-called graphomate property sheet, which you can open via the corner of the visual and click on Edit. Let's walk through the settings to create the desired template. Template CO4 consists of a bar chart. That is why the chart type stays the same. The template depicts a representation of a structure. Therefore, it is necessary to change the orientation. You will find the toggle bar at the Start tab. Now let's move on and show the values at the right type of scenario. Here you can see the standard scenarios: actual, past period, budget and forecast. Keep the abbreviations in mind. In our example, we're going to use scenario by series. Insert a new element in the list by clicking on the plus sign. For the first series, we assign the abbreviation AC for the actual values. For the second series, we assign the short term FC for the forecast values. Hit Enter to confirm. Notice the change of colors and pattern of the bars. Scenario and deviations needs to be activated to visualize the template correctly. In the next step, we're going to add the deviations. Let's go back to the Start tab. Activate the absolute and percentage deviations by clicking at this icon. After the activation, you can easily spot the actual minus forecast deviations. Probably you notice the company has a good year. One last setting must be enabled in this section. Use pinhead color. For the fine-tuning of the percentage deviation, one more adjustment must be made. The lines of the needles need to end in front of the pinhead. For this setting, we have to go to the Chart Specific tab and change the setting for pin charts. Switch the pinhead mode from back to front. Now the deviations are displayed correctly according to IBCS. Let's move on and give this bar chart a title. Therefore, we go to the Labels tab and scroll down a little bit. By clicking the icon, the title appears at the left corner of the chart. Insert a title which follows the structure of IBCS. With the help of the outlier function, we can display the values in such a way that they are easier to read. Go ahead to the Scaling tab and scroll down to the category Outlier. Enable Use Outlier Threshold. In the next step, we need to adjust the thresholds for the absolute and the percentage values. Decide whether you want the short style with one triangle or the long style with two triangles indicating the outliers. For this example, it's not necessary to use the outlier threshold. Furthermore, we want to bring a horizontal divider into the chart. In our case, we add a so-called separator after the third position. Go to the Access tab. Select Manual Separators and insert an item by clicking on the plus sign. Then we define the position of the first separator, which is at the third position. Therefore, we need to change the number to 3. In order to get a nice horizontal line, we increase the length of the separator up to something like 300 pixels. In the last step, we save the chart configuration as a template. Switch to the Input-Output tab. If you want to save the template, you need to fill in the URL to the graphomate server at your company server. You get the green checkmark when the connection to the server is established. Name your template. And hit the Save State button. Your template is now available for anyone in your company who has access to the graphomate server. That's it. You successfully created your IBCS template from scratch.